Hey YouTube, this is the 40 Watt Garage. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Today's kind of a big day around here. I'm making another upgrade to my Factory 5 Mark IV Roadster. 4+ years of driving the car has reinforced the need for some type of weather protection. I'm in Minnesota. Our driving season is short to begin with, and having either a tonneau cover or a soft top available could extend my driving season by several weeks on either end. And also for longer road trips, having something stashed in the trunk to get you out of the weather or provide you some shade would be of great benefit. So I bit the bullet and I ordered both the tonneau cover and the soft top from Whitby Motor Cars, and they just arrived the other day. So we're going to go through unboxing those things, taking a look, and then ultimately installing them on the car. So please stay tuned. This will be a multi-segment video, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, the tonneau cover and the top shipped in separate boxes, 2 different carriers. The tonneau cover came United States Postal Service. The soft top came the guys in the big brown trucks. So I couldn't resist, so I unboxed the tonneau cover, and it was folded up and slid into 2 overlapping shipping bags, and then inside this box, and it fit very tightly, but it was well packaged, no damage. Unfolding it, I have the bag of Lift-A-Dot fasteners, and these are genuine Lift-The-Dots, not knockoffs. And then the tonneau cover itself. And on initial inspection, it appears to be very well made. The stitching, we have Velcro closures that go around the roll bar. It's made of very nice material, heavy duty zipper. Large teeth, and it's kind of got folds on either side. It is by no means waterproof, but with this overlap, it will help keep water out of the cockpit. Tonneau cover isn't designed to seal up the car, but it will direct water out and away, much better than just the open bathtub that the car is. This dust is me laying it on unclean surfaces, but no, it appears to be a really nice piece of equipment, and so we will proceed with opening up the soft top. This is the box that the soft top came shipped in. It does have a warning right on it. Do not cut the box. It might cut the fabric. Be careful. And on inspection of the box, it seems to have survived shipping quite well, except for this one small area, and that is either one of the bows or one of the side window frames during shipping poked out through the side of the box. So we're going to open this up carefully and make sure that there isn't any other damage, or if this impacted or damaged the contents. So I have a utility knife that's just one click out that I can just cut the tape with. And that's opened up. Bubble wrap. going to be the side windows. Set that aside. Here we have the top itself, and it is wrapped in paper to protect the vinyl window from getting scuffed or scratched. Underneath this cardboard, we have the hoops and the framework. Okay. Here's one frame. All right, this was the end that was sticking through the cardboard box. I believe this is part of the main hoop that goes up and over. I'm going to guess that this is hardware. Yes, we have lift-a-dots and hardware and connectors. The ferrules that insert into the body to hold the frames. And some, looks like addendums to the instructions, and a link to download the official instructions from their website. And we have more bows that are wrapped in paper for protection. And again, more crossbows. And then inside, we have the extruded aluminum channel, I believe. Yes, the aluminum channel that goes across the windshield top. Okay. I'm going to finish unpacking and unwrapping some of this stuff, and we'll be back in a little bit. Here we have all of the parts that were wrapped up in paper and taped. These are the bows that comprise the top, the header bars that go along the windshield, and then 3 packages of hardware. Word of warning, be careful unpacking this. And in my instance, I had this stray wing nut that, looking at the other top bow, must have vibrated loose from this location, and it was rattling around inside some of the paper wrapping that would have gotten thrown out. So when you unwrap this stuff, slice it open, spread it out, shake it out, make sure that any hardware, nuts, bolts, or whatever have not vibrated loose in shipping, and you lose them. On initial inspection of the parts, they're all zinc plated. The weld quality is okay. I would think that there is room for improvement. But the welds are strong, and in some instances where there have been some little boogers or whatever. They have been ground off on inspection. I've seen where there's some of that has been ground off. I did notice one thing, they missed one here. Again, something to be careful for and inspect your parts. But there's a little tag, well, I just broke it off, but there was just a little tag of MIG wire that was still attached. That could potentially stab you or stab the top. Right off the top, about the only thing that I have to say that's could be a negative is that these L brackets or these tabs that they have welded on, these corners are very sharp. And just with forethought, I'm thinking that if you're dragging the fabric across the bows or trying to arrange it and moving around, that you could snag the top material and cut and slice right through it. So a word to the people at Whitby, I think in the future, knock these corners off. So I am going to do that on my pieces because I don't want to cut my hand or my finger or slice a hole in the top. The downside to doing that after the fact is I'm going to breach the zinc coating. So I'm probably going to have to shoot these with some primer and maybe some paint to provide some level of rust protection. But I think that's a small price to pay and to not risk damaging the top material or cutting yourself. The aluminum header bows, they look like they've been made out of a couple of pieces and welded together. And they are formed to fit the top of the windshield. We get a little further along and we'll take a look and see how those fit. They've done some kind of coarse grinding work here, but I believe that will be concealed by the cloth fabric, at least on one side, maybe not on the inside. A little finer detail work could be done here. Once I get this jigged up and see how it fits, the visible surfaces inside the car, I might take a little bit of finer grade sandpaper and give it a shot on the buffing wheel, shine it up so it doesn't look quite so rough on the inside of the car, but that'll be a down the road future evaluation. Again, we have 3 hardware kits. One kit contains the stainless steel ferrules that get drilled and mounted into the car to hold the top bows and the door frames, or the window frames for the doors. We have the 2 latches, some spacer blocks, pieces of rubber hose, couple of rivets, and then lift-a-dot fasteners, the threaded stud style, because from what I have been told by Whitby, that all of the studs along the rear cockpit are accessible either through the wheel wells or through the trunk, so you can put a backing washer and a nut to secure these lift-a-dot studs. The studs for the tonneau cover are like a sheet metal screw. You drill a hole and thread them in to the bodywork itself because you can't get to the back side of it with the car assembled. Now we're back at it. I'm going to carefully open these package. This has the side windows. Side window. Side window number 2. And with the clear plastic insert, stitched, and then these are the pins that go down into the ferrules that are drilled into the tops of your doors. And then once you're in the car, you can unzip the window, flop it in, at least reach out, then re-zip. Rubber gasket up here that'll seal against the front. Very nice looking piece.